What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Residual Earners Podcast, episode 40. And today we're going to tell you the 5 quickest ways to change your life for the positive, for the better. I'm Jordan.
I'm Presley.
And we're just, happy to be here again. And I feel like we have a really, really solid podcast today that's going to help a ton of our viewers out. We've got a lot of traction lately. We're putting a lot of good content out there. And this podcast will be no different. The 5 ways that will change your life. Presley and I do these, 5 different things on a daily basis. We have seen, the success it's brought in our lives and want to pass along this information. And, it's one of those things, if you do these steps, you definitely will see a difference in your life.
Amen. I'm going to tell you, and here's the thing about these 5 things I'm going to talk about. Every one of us watching this can all do these 5 steps. We can start them all today.
Yeah.
This isn't something hard or something that only a select few can do, or you don't need a bunch of money to do them. Nothing. It is just 5 steps that if you're really wanting to change your life, here's what you need to start doing. And you're going to get in here and you're going to be thinking, okay, does it give me concrete stuff to do? And I'm going to tell you, yes, it does. And what it will do mainly is that you're going to be getting your boat going in the right direction. In other words, your life going in the right direction. If you say my life is not where I want it to be, we can't snap our fingers and get to a destination overnight. We just can't do that. But with our 5 steps that we're going to cover today, you can at least get that life, that boat going in the direction you want it to go, towards the destination you want to arrive at. And what it's going to also cause you to do is it's going to get your thinking going, and you're going to come up with some ideas of some bigger things that you can do in your life to get that millionaire mindset, that wealth thought process out. I'm telling you, we've got a chance to do some amazing things.
Definitely, guys. And we're always a work in progress. There's no bar that if I get here, self-improvement, self-growth is done. So these are steps that are going to always, continue that self-growth, continue that self-improvement. So, in 5 years, you look back and you say, wow, I have come such a long direction by just doing a few simple things.
No, I agree. And, I certainly have not arrived. I may be a step or 2 farther down the road than a couple of people, but I tell you, I still have a long way to go. I have not arrived. And here's the thing, Jordan and I do what we're talking to you about doing. This is not giving you lip service and just going, hey, here's some ideas. This is what we do on a regular basis, on a daily basis, to keep our life moving the way we want it to. Because I will say this, it's not a thing where you ever arrive. You don't ever arrive when it comes to success, I don't believe. We have to keep working. We have to keep pushing. I said something the other day, Jordo, on one of our lives that we were doing, is that when the good Lord comes to get me, I want to be right in the middle of something big.
Yep.
And I that's just the way I look at life. I'm not going to sit around on the back porch and rock my life away. I'm telling you, we got to get excited about life. We've got to get to going with life. And if you've got big enough dreams and visions and goals, you'll get out of bed with some passion. And we've got a chance to do some amazing things right now.
Definitely. We'll give them the first point. First of 5.
First of 5. All right, here we go. I think this one is huge, and we will spend a little time on this one because I don't think most people do this one. If you watch Personal Growth Giants, they'll talk about it, but I'm telling you, this is one we've got to take advantage of, and that is we need to do a vision board. And when I say a vision board, your bathroom mirror will work. A wall in your closet will work. A piece of poster board will work, but we need to start going to a computer that has a printer, and we need to start printing off pictures of the car we want to drive, not the one we've got to drive, but the one we want to drive. How about printing off a picture of the home we want to be living in? How about printing off a picture of some destinations we'd like to go on vacation? How about printing off a picture of the boat that you want? Or I know Jordan's got a picture of a Citation jet on his. How about a plane? How about a picture of your church if you're wanting to donate a certain amount to church? church? How about a picture of the logo of St. Jude's and what you want to donate there? Or how about your kids and how much you want in their college fund? Or how about your elderly parents, how much you want to help them? We need a visual to be able to see what it is we're wanting, because most people, ladies and gentlemen, live life backwards. I'm telling you, 80 to 90% of the people out there live life backwards. And you go, Presley, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is they just take what life gives them. They don't plan out. They don't have a vision. They don't have dreams and visions and goals. They just take what life gives them and say, okay, this is it. Well, I'm telling you, if that's the way you're doing life, you're not going to get up very excited in the morning. I get up excited because I know what I'm after, and I'm challenging you. We want that vision board. What car, what house, what boat, what plane, what destinations for vacations, what church, what organizations, what kids, what parents, what do we want our life to look like? And we need to put it on a vision board. And I'll tell you who's got the fanciest vision board I know, and that's the guy sitting next to me right here. And I want Jordan to just talk about his vision board real quick.
Definitely. And you know, guys, like Presley said, it doesn't need to be fancy. You know, a poster board, if you have can get poster board, printer, and tape, you can make a vision board.
Amen.
It's just something that you got to be able to see daily. I mean, it honestly, you know, it's not ideal, but it could be words, you know, 10 things that you're seeing every day that, hey, I want to donate here. Hey, I want this car. Hey, I want this vacation, whatever it may be. It just needs to be an area in your home, at your office, that you see every single day, that these items are very clear. And, you know, with mine, it's house, it's happy kids, it's family vacations, it's the school that the kids want to go to. You know, it's all these different things. Like Presley says, I always have a plane on mine. That's just something, you know, that I'm shooting for in life. But, you know, it's these things that you see every single day that you subconsciously start working towards. And, you know, it's just like this new venture I have. Your subconscious is always working, and you find ways to get stuff done and to get yourself into situations to succeed. And, you know, it stems off a vision board and just not sitting back, but attacking life. And it's amazing, you know, just off these things, you know, number one being a vision board, and then obviously we'll get into more, but off these things, how positive opportunities start coming your way.
Yeah, and you know, here's the deal, and I'll go deeper than I was planning on going into this, but I'll hit on this. Do you realize our mind has what's called a reticular cortex? It's a little organ in the back towards the base of our skull that runs the reticular activating system, and that sounds kind of fancy, you know. All it is the switchboard of your mind. Your mind has about 60,000 things on average that comes to it, 60,000 thoughts every day that comes to your brain. Well, obviously, we can't focus or think about 60,000 things. You just can't do that. So your reticular activating system, or the switchboard of your brain, gets where it only lets in certain things. But what it lets in is the stuff that your mind knows is important to you. So that's why it's important we have a vision board, so it knows what you're wanting in life, and therefore it'll let the things in that pertain to that and that pertain to helping you accomplish that. If it doesn't know what you're wanting, it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know what to let in. It won't let anything in that pertains to the things that you would want if it doesn't have a visual of what you're looking for in life. That's why I say most people live life backwards, because they don't have a clue what they're doing. They just get up, go to the job, come home, plop down in the easy chair, watch the TV for 5 or 6 hours, get up the next day, go to the job, come home, plop down in the easy chair, watch the TV for 5 or 6 hours. Guys, I'm telling you, and if that's the life you're wanting, that's fine. But if you're wanting more out of life, you've got to get a visual of what you're wanting. And then our subconscious, that reticular activating system, will start helping us to accomplish that. The other thing is there is such a thing as the law of attraction. It's there. Guys, I'm telling you, the law of attraction is there. You can go study it if you want to. Now, do I understand everything about the law of attraction? No, I don't. Do I realize that everything vibrates and things vibrate at different frequencies, and whatever's vibrating, you're attracting that to you if you're vibrating at that frequency? I mean, I've read all that stuff. Do I really understand it? No, I don't. but I do know it works. Let me put it this way. I don't understand everything there is to know about electricity, but I don't sit around in the dark. I use electricity. I use the lights. I mean, I don't understand it all about the law of attraction, but I do know what we focus on tends to come to me. And I'll say this, and then you jump in here, Jordo. But, Jordan and I had a business deal went south. I mean, somebody betrayed us, and the business deal went south. For a while there, I was negative. You know what started happening to me? Negativity started coming at me from every direction because I am a positive guy. I mean, I live, eat, breathe, and sleep positivity. And I mean, but for a while there, I got negative about it. And every negative thing that could happen just started coming at me. And I'm thinking, what is going on? And it hit me, Jordo, that it's because I'm focused on the negative and I'm attracting negativity to me. Yep. And that day I switched, and all of a sudden everything started changing. Everything started getting better because, guys, there's always something positive for us to focus on. And we've got businesses that are rocking. That's what we need to be focusing on. We've got our health. We got our family. We got so many positive things that's what we need to focus on. And when I started focusing back on the positive, positivity started coming back to me. So I'm telling you guys, get to focusing on abundance and prosperity and the things you do want, not on scarcity and the things that you don't want, because whatever we're focused on, we're going to attract. Whatever we're focused on, our reticular activating system is going to let into our brain.
It's true.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to take a breath here. Hey, tell them, I want you to tell them about your vision board though, because you have a unique vision board. Now, granted, it can be your bathroom mirror, guys. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be fancy. But Jordan has a fancy vision board.
Yeah, it's a little much, but we have in my office, I have a really nice smart board. You can write on it. You can pretty much do anything.
It's like a big chalkboard if you can envision
a smart whiteboard.
Yeah, a whiteboard.
But also, it's got internet with you can surf the web. You can do Zoom meetings with a camera. I mean, it's just a massive, it's probably 75 inches. But obviously I just made a smart board on there as my screensaver. So every time that, I'm not working on that board, it pops up and the whole thing's the screensaver. So it's a very nice tool for work, but it also doubles as my vision board, something that I, every time I walk into that office, I see.
Absolutely. All right, so number one is a vision board. I think we've covered that one sufficiently. And guys, we need a vision board. We need a vision. I'm telling you, it just does something when you can envision it. And let me tell you, Randy and I used to do this. We'd go dream building. We'd be driving down the road, and there'd be a luxury car dealership, and we'd whip off. And we were driving an old beater car then. This was 35 years ago probably. We'd whip off and park side or back somewhere because I didn't want them to see my ugly car. And we'd walk in and we'd go in the showroom and we'd pick the nicest car there. Mercedes, BMW, whatever dealership we were at, and we would sit in it and we would hold on to that steering wheel and we'd smell that leather and just, I could envision myself being in that car. Yeah. The other thing we'd do is we'd be driving down the road and there would be an open house in a real nice neighborhood. And we'd whip over and we'd go in that house and, man, we'd just be looking around and checking everything out. I remember one house that I guess I'll remember this till my memory goes or I die. But anyway, up in the game room, it was a second-story game room, and they had built a shelf around the perimeter of that game room. And they had a little choo-choo train running around the top of this. And I thought that was the neatest thing since sliced bread, man. I mean, little choo-choo train just chugging around this game room over and over, just round and around. I don't have a choo-choo train in my game room here, but I've never forgot that. But I could envision myself being in a nice house. And I'm telling you, it's when you get the vision board, just every once in a while, just close your eyes and envision yourself getting in that car and driving it, or walking in that house, or getting in that boat, or going to that destination, or walking up that ramp into that plane. I mean, whatever it is, guys, get your mind thinking about that, because I'm telling you, we can accomplish so many things in our life. We've got greatness in us. We're created in the image of God, and that greatness we can get out because we have got untold potential in us. We've just got to start getting it out out and get focused on it and getting our brain knowing what we're really wanting. And I tell you, if we will focus, we can do amazing things. But anyway, that's enough. I keep going on and on. Number 2, you want to write some goals down. Goals are key. I mean, we've got to have goals because goals are the stepping stones to our dreams. I mean, we need goals of financial goals. We need health goals. Do y'all realize this is the only body we got to live in? I mean, this is it. You know, a guy told me a deal the other day that just stuck with me, Jordo. He said, what if when you got your first car, they told you this is the only car you get the rest of your life?
Yep.
What would you do to take care of that car if that was the only car you ever got? Man, we'd be changing the oil every week and getting it tuned up every 3 or 4 months, and we'd be polishing, keeping that paint job looking good, and we'd be keeping that sucker cleaned and running right because it was the only car we had. The only one we got the rest of our life. Now, obviously, that's not the way life works, but I'll say this body is the only place we got to live, and some of us don't treat it like it's the only place we got to live. I'm telling you guys, we need to be watching what we eat. We need to be getting some exercise. I mean, you know, if we're a little overweight, we need to lose some weight. I mean, we can do all this stuff, guys. I mean, you got potential. You can do that. I mean, losing weight is just discipline. I mean, that's really what that boils down to. But, you know, we need financial goals, health goals, relationship goals, personal growth goals, spiritual goals. I mean, you know, we need goals in our life.
Definitely. And you wouldn't go out of town without, you know, in this day, we always say a map, but this day on your phone, you know, map and knowing where you're going. And, you know, people don't do that with their lives. They don't take the time to say, hey, what do I want to accomplish in life? Life gets going fast. Days are just flying by. You kind of lose track. And you got to have that wherewithal to sit down, make goals, know where you want to go, and then start actually doing the things, you know, as we're talking about, that'll help you achieve the goals that you set.
Yeah, I mean, guys, and I understand it's easy to not do this stuff I'm talking about. It's easy to not have a vision board. Sure is. It's easy to not take time and write down goals. It's easy to just get wrapped up in life and not do this stuff. But I'm telling you, we need big goals that motivate us. You know, Zig Ziglar says if you'll shoot for the moon, you'll at least land on the stars. So we need big goals. We need specific, measurable goals. I mean, how much money do you want in your investment accounts? How much weight are you going to lose? How much debt do you need to pay off to get out of credit card debt? I need specific, measurable goals. I need goals that a date. I need a date on my goals, because if I don't have a date on my goals, then how am I going to know if I'm getting there or not? If I can just do it whenever, I'm telling you guys, that's not a very good plan. I mean, yeah. Okay, I want to lose some weight. Well, 3 years go by and I haven't lost weight. Well, you don't have a date on there to know when you wanted to lose weight. I lost 20 pounds. Jordan knows this. I lost 20 pounds. And I picked 3 months. I wanted to lose 20 pounds in 3 months. So I went out and I picked 3 days. It was the 17th. So I went 3 months over on the 17th, circled it, and I wanted to lose 20 pounds by that 17th. You know, so we need big goals that motivate us, that get us excited. We need specific, measurable goals. We need a date for completion. So every goal we have, we need a date on it. Number 4, we need an action plan to get there. I mean, we got to have an action plan. I mean, when I was losing weight, I gave up dessert, I gave up bread, I cut back on carbs, and I got to the gym every day. That was my plan. You know, if you're trying to get financial goals taken care of, maybe it's you're trying to pay off $15,000 in credit card debt. Well, if that's the case, then I only have 2 levers I can pull in my life to affect my cash flow. Okay, one is I can cut expenses. So I look at my budget and can I cut expenses? Well, if I can cut expenses, great. I take that money and I start paying down my debt. If my budget is already whittled to the bare minimum and I can't cut any more out of it, then I got to bring in more revenue, which means I got to get a business going on the side. Maybe I do a landscape business or a house cleaning business or a laundromat business or a dog walking business or a whatever. Or maybe I do a side hustle, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, or maybe I do network marketing, or maybe I do affiliate marketing and get me a TikTok shop going. Whatever I get going, I got to have something something to bring in more money, and now that's what is going to pay my debt down. Or maybe I'm trying to get more invested so I can get to $1 million in an account, or whatever it is I'm trying to do. But we've only got those two levers, either cutting expenses or bringing in more revenue. So I need goals that motivate me. I need specific measurable goals. I need to put a date on my goals. I need to have an action plan to reach my goals. And then number 5, I need to write everything down. I need to write every goal down. I need to have the goal written down with a date to complete it, with underneath it my plan for getting there. Number 6, I need to do something every day towards my goals. And then number 7 is I never, ever quit. Quitters don't win and winners don't quit. But there's 7 rules for goal setting. But I need goals. And if I've got big goals, they'll get me out of bed. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning. Most mornings, my alarm never goes off because I'm up, I'm after it, I'm excited about what I'm doing, I'm excited about where I'm going. And I believe if you've got big goals and you're really chasing something that you want, I'm telling you, I think you'll figure out real quick you can do more than you've ever dreamed of.
Well, what is point 3?
Point 3?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was still talking about goals.
Well, as time is quickly moving, we got to make sure we get through all 5.
All right, we need a vision board. We need our goals. And then number 3, we got to understand that we attract success. We don't chase it. So we've got to start growing as a person. Now, again, guys, let's picture what I'm doing here with you. I'm talking about just 5 things that we can all do, starting today, that it's not like this is tough to do. It's not like this costs a lot of money to do. We can all do this, and this will get our boat or our ship or our life going in the right direction, okay? So we need a vision board, know where we're going. We need our goals. Number 3, we need to start reading 10 pages out of a good book. And anybody that's been around me for any length of time knows that I am big on personal growth. I've transferred that into Jordo. He is big on personal growth, because if we will just simply read 10 pages out of a good book every day, and I'm talking about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, The Power of One More by Ed Mylett, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, or Cash Flow Quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki, or How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Any of those big books that are classics, guys, that we can learn from. Just 10 pages a day. If we read 10 pages a day, do you realize if we do that for a year, that's 365 times 10, that's 3,650 pages. You've read 15 to 20 good books in a year, and you're not the same person if you read 15 to 20 good books in a year, Jordan.
Definitely. And, you talk about attracting success, and it's attracting opportunities. And like I said earlier, with this new company we started up in Calgary, it's you're attracting success by doing the right things to make it happen. And that's, I fully believe that's why this opportunity has fallen into my lap. And, we talk about vibes, but it's like, you start putting that positive vibe out there, that, letting people know, hey, asking questions, what do you have going? What are some opportunities here? And then you just kind of network your way through it. And it's through those, attracting success that gets a lot of opportunities to come your way.
Well, absolutely. And, when I'm talking about, people a lot of times go, well, what business do I start? Or what? Number one, I don't know you well enough to know what you're into. I don't know what your strengths are. I don't know what you really like. I don't know what you're going to be passionate about. But here's what I can tell you. If you follow my steps, the steps Jordan and I are going over today, then what you're going to figure out is if I start reading 10 pages out of a good book, and in 1 year, I've read 15, 20 good books, I've got different thoughts going through my head, and I'm starting to think of things that I could do, because, man, that makes my brain start going. If I'm reading good books and getting good knowledge in my brain, I'm telling you, it will start slowly giving me ideas. And then step number 4, after I've read 10 pages out of a good book, is watching Personal Growth Giants. I think that is huge. Yeah. Because in today's world, I mean, you're the expert on this, but you can go to YouTube and learn anything. Well, if we're watching personal growth experts. How about Zig Ziglar, Stephen Covey, Les Brown, Joyce Myers, Tony Robbins, Brendan Bouchard, Simon Sinek, Ed Milet, Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn. I mean, I can just name personal growth giant after personal growth giant. If we're watching those people and they're teaching us how to change our lives, then again, it's going to get me thinking, and all of a sudden I'll come up with some stuff that I can do to change my life financially. And I mean, Jordo, you're the expert on watching YouTube and learning and growing that way.
Yeah, I mean, recently, there's a software I need to learn to use, and I'm just sitting there watching videos on how to use it. I mean, you can literally learn anything, but you got to want it. You got to put in the time, and if you do, like we keep saying, these opportunities will come your way. And something I wanted to touch on that you mentioned earlier is, you do all these things, let's say for a year block of time, and you end up, you're on YouTube watching personal growth giants, watching, business topics you're interested in, watching, how to work SEO, how to have a Google My Business page and how to make that successful. And okay, so you're starting to do all these things. Now you're reading good books on how to influence people and how to be smart with money. And once that year happens, you start becoming something when your thoughts start changing. And I think that's one thing you said that people really need to understand. And you feel like you can't get out of the situation you're in right now, and you don't know where to go. And if you're willing to put in some time on yourself to change your thoughts, that's where things start to change. When you start seeing things through a different lens, when you start seeing different opportunities, you start networking with different people, that's when things start to change.
Well, yeah, because, guys, we're conditioned from the time we come out of our mother's womb. We're conditioned on how we think about things. I grew up in the ghettos, so I had a ghetto mentality. I really had to change the way I was thinking because my paradigm in my life was a ghetto paradigm. I mean, it was, I didn't believe I could make money. I thought it was wrong to make money. The first time I bought a new car and I pulled up in front of a family vacation, I parked down the street because I didn't want them to see that I was in a nice car. For some reason, that bothered me that I'd had a little success and I'm driving up in a nice car. I mean, I totally had to change the way I was thinking. But understand this, it's your thoughts that create your actions, and then your actions are what create our circumstances. So if I'm wanting to change my circumstances, if I'm wanting a different life, it starts up here. All right, let's keep moving because I know we're running out of time. 1, vision board, do it. 2, we need to write down our goals. Write them down. I'm telling you, there's something about writing them down. 3, we need to start reading 10 pages out of a good book every day. And it's the habit, guys, that does it. See, your habits are what's going to determine your future. If you just do it today and stop, we haven't accomplished anything. But if I get in the habit of finding just a few minutes to read me 10 pages out of a good book every day, then I'm telling you right now, it will change your life. And then watch a personal growth giant. Okay, we can do that. I mean, come on, watch a little 20-minute video every day. Instead of watching that time-wasting electronic income reducer that we call a TV, why don't we watch a personal growth giant? Okay, number 4. That was number 4. Number 5, and the last one, it's who you run with. It's who you run with, guys. I used to pull my basketball team together, and I'd talk to them about how to act and dress and all that sort of stuff, but I'd always look at them at the end and go tell them, guys, you show me who you run with, and I'm going to show you who you are or who you're going to be. It is a fact that you're going to be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So let's have a little out-of-body experience real quick. Let's step out of our body, and let's look down, and let's think about who we spend the most time with. Is it people that motivate, uplift, and inspire you? Is it people that are good money managers? Are they investing? Are they starting businesses? Are they going somewhere in their life? Are they positive? Are they motivated? Do they see a glass half full? I'm telling you guys, who we run with will determine where we end up going on that success ladder.
Definitely. And that's one thing I really try to specialize in is running with the right people. And again, everything we're talking about are the puzzle pieces you place together for success. And, there's no one way to it, but this is these are steps that have been proven and work, and they're just the puzzle pieces that if you put them all together will kind of springboard you to, getting to that success quicker. But running with the right group of people, again, changes the way you think about things, because you see how they're successful, you see what they're doing, and now you start to kind of want to do the same sorts of things. And again, guys, it's just changing mindset, which is, I think, the underlying theme that we're talking here.
No, it is. And, here's a key, guys. That elevator, I love this analogy here. That elevator that starts down here, you start down here, wherever you are, and your success is way up here, and you're on that elevator, and you're going up floor by floor by floor, trying to get up here to the success level, okay? Do you realize the people that are on that elevator with you when you start down here, when you go up to that first floor, a couple of people are going to get off that elevator, and a couple more people are going to get on. And then you go up another floor on that success elevator. A couple of people are going to get off that elevator. A couple more people are going to get on. And you go up again, couple off, couple on. Go up again, couple off, couple on. By the time I get up to the top where I am, what people or what I think is a success, I'm having some financial success. I've made some money. By the time I get up here to that success floor, it's going to be maybe not totally a new group, but I'm telling you, most of the people that started on that elevator down here and now I'm up here, most of those people are different.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean I don't still love those other people? And, I still talk to them occasionally, sure. But I'm just telling you, just understand that when you start down here, especially me, starting in the ghettos and working my way up to get up here to be a success, I lost a lot of people off that elevator, and I gained a lot of people on that elevator, and it's a different group on that elevator. Now, all those other buddies that I used to have, I still love them. I'd still help them if they needed me. I'd go pick them up if they broke down. But they're not the people I can spend most of my time with.
Definitely. No, that's the very true fact. So that was point number 4.
That was 5.
That was 5.
1, visual. We need our vision board, guys. I'm telling you, do a vision board. Number 2, write your goals down. Write your goals down. Number 3, start reading 10 pages out of a good book. 4, start watching a personal growth giant every day. Just 20 minutes. Just watch a personal growth giant and watch what happens to your life. And then number 5, run with winners. Run with winners. I'm telling you guys, run with winners. That'll be the biggest thing. That'll be the biggest change in your life. But, for you folks that are saying, well, I want to know a business to do and I want to know this. Okay, here's the deal though. Follow me on this. If you will start reading good books, you'll get ideas.
No.
If you start watching personal growth giants, you'll get ideas. And if you start running with people that are going somewhere and doing stuff, they're going to give you ideas. You're going to come up with what you need to do. And you just did. You run around with Bruce, and now you've started another business because of your association with Bruce.
Running with winners and people that are going places and they see opportunity and then when you see the same opportunity and things align, you can put it, into action. And that's what we just did up in Calgary with the new company up there is, there's 100% a need. There was an event on August 5th that 60,000 homes were affected. And when I say affected, I mean major size hail that really messed up homes. There's a need. And then now we have an answer to people's problems. And we have 45 years worth of experience backing it up. And, it's when...
But you wouldn't be doing that if you hadn't associated with a winner named Bruce.
Exactly. And that's why you run with winners, guys, because opportunities present themselves. And, I definitely wasn't looking... That's what you need to understand, guys. I wasn't looking at that as an opportunity. We when I lived back in Dallas, we had talked about it before, but it wasn't the right time. The opportunity wasn't here. And so I was kind of looking for other things, and then that kind of presents itself. So it's not, guys, you're not going to see the opportunity that's coming always. It can kind of catch you off guard. And then when you look at the facts and you say, okay, this does make sense, now you're able to jump on it. But it all stems from these puzzle pieces we're telling you that, we put these puzzle pieces together all the time. And that's why opportunities, tend to come our way. And so you can do the same thing and have the same success if you're putting the pieces together in your own life.
Well, yeah, and we've talked about this before, and that is, we've got a good friend of ours that has started, he put together a new laundromat. Well, Jordan and I are watching him. I'm not saying we'll do laundromats, but we might do laundromats, but it's because of who we're associating with, and we're watching to see the success he's having. And, guys, here's the biggest thing. Here's your takeaway. if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting, and nothing's going to change. And if you're trapped into leading a life you never intended to live, we've got to change something to get out of that. And I am highly recommending that you do those 5 little simple things that we just went over. And if you will just start doing those and be patient for just a little while, kind of like Jordan was talking about, sometimes those opportunities kind of hit you by surprise, but we've got a chance to change our lives. Everybody watching today, you've got greatness inside you. You've got untapped potential inside you. You were created by the God that spoke the universe into existence, and you were created in his image. Come on. You got to understand you can do it. I don't care what your past is. I don't care how many mistakes you've made. You can change your life.
Definitely. Well, you have any other thoughts? I think that pretty well sums it up.
I think I give them all I had plus a little bit.
That's it. Well, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. We love being here with you guys. Leave any comments down below, any questions you want answered. Make sure and leave those down below. Make sure and hit that like button and then subscribe to the channel, everyone. Obviously, we want this thing to keep growing, get different guests on the channel, and keep bringing great quality content your way. So do those things for us, and we will be back next Friday. This is episode 40. We're 12 away from 1 year every single Friday.
Every Friday. Friday. We'll love you, buddy.
Love you too. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys.